Hello, my name is Eric Bradshaw. I am an ELA teacher at Buffalo's Lafayette International Community High School, and this is a video overview of our workshop called Parts of a Whole, A Backwards Journey. This workshop was developed by myself and my co-teacher Lydia Langer, who is an ENL teacher at Buffalo, and we teach English 3. We had two questions for this workshop. How can we engage teachers and students in project-based learning using the scaffolding cycle? How do we create a unit that engages students every step of the way and prepares them for a final project? Our overarching concepts were backwards planning. Project planning creates engaging, complex, and student-centered work that is authentic and relevant. The framework for achieving objectives, FAO, is a useful, open-ended framework for planning in the scaffolding cycle, and all learners, regardless of background experience, benefit from well-scaffolded learning experiences in order to expand their zones of proximal development. By the end of this session, participants will have explored a project-based learning voyage backwards from portfolio assessment to stage 1 of the scaffolding cycle, from the end to the beginning. Also, analyzed examples of components of unit plans for authenticity and relevance, and been introduced through experience and exploration to the framework for achieving objectives, the FAO, and its relationship to the scaffolding cycle, and also rehearsed and applied ideas from the FAO to their own workshop plan. All right, so the agenda's here. The first 10 minutes of the agenda were to kind of get a feel for who was at the workshop, their experience with the backwards project design template, part of the INPS scaffolding cycle. And then we also did kind of an intro. This was a remotely done workshop, and we had students go into breakout rooms with groups that they actually stay with for the entire workshop, coming and going. And we asked them the question, what is the most unique thing you have in reach of your desk? At this point, we go to the steps analysis portion of the agenda, which is 35 minutes long. We watch a student performance. Macia is Claudius. In your groups, discuss the following questions. What skills did students need to have in order to perform? How are engagement and equity enhanced by having students perform 3 times? Each group has been assigned all 4 steps of the backwards planning journey. Choose one person to share out. In your groups, each person chooses a step to explore. They look at this FAO poster, how it relates to the step by answering questions associated with your group in the group work directions, which is bookmarked. Individually, for about 10 minutes, you review the materials in your step, answer questions in the prompt, leave comments on the performing Hamlet lesson plan based on your role. Okay, and then there's a group share out and discussion. So if you picked stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, you just basically have to make sure that you're able to address the questions that are underneath the prompt. All right, so in the steps analysis groupings, we have the groups already grouped here. The group work directions bookmark is there. It's all the same. And then depending on what group you're in, you have a link to go to a backwards performing scaffolding plan, which you'll look at here and going down to your step. It's just 3 pages long. We have made our own version of the scaffolding cycle, which every member of the group is willing to take with them at the very end of this workshop. So for 10 minutes, you're looking at your step, and the group members are addressing all the questions within their step, which are in the group work directions. One more time, bookmarked here. All right. After about 10 minutes of planning, there's a discussion, and one person is selected to return back to the whole group. People can keep their notes on the parts of a whole agenda. Some of the groups were putting it right on the backwards planning template themselves. It doesn't. Some people are probably writing them on paper. Whatever you find is best. We just want to have a good discussion when we get back. So once the groups have finished having a discussion about their prompts and their questions, depending on which step, we return whole group and we go back to the agenda for our share out. And each group, there was 4 groups, has one person share, and we have a discussion for approximately 10 minutes. Really just want to see where the discussion goes, and depends on who's in the in the group. Then it's individual application time to use the backwards planning template that we've created and to sort of experiment with it and to ask questions about it. And then the last thing is wrap up an evaluation. So that is the end of our workshop. Our names and email addresses are at the bottom. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you again soon. Hope it helps.